Alrighty, I hope I'm audible. I forget about being audible. I hope I'm live right now. And mainly this live is going to be public. Initially, I thought of making it just in the unlisted section, like keeping the video just in the unlisted section so that only I could be the one who could watch the video. But then I thought, why not make it public? Who cares? It really doesn't matter. By the way, keep having said all those things, there's gonna be no live chat, which means nobody will be able to comment or just say anything regarding the live stream or anything at all. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. I will be setting the context to like why am I actually doing this? What's the reason behind it? And how long will I do it? How long will I do it? How often will I keep doing it? There are so many questions. Okay, so all these questions will be answered. Let me just put my glasses on. Well, having said that, these glasses are not quite good for me. I will have to put my other glasses so that at least I would be able to protect my eyes from the blue rays. But okay, for now, even you can see the monitor of mine. Just let's simply remove the glasses. The very first question: why am I simply recording the video? Like, why am I live on YouTube right now? And mainly, I'm just making it public. The simple and straight question is that from today onwards, I will be coming live really often, and the main focus is going to be of those lives is to be able to work on the projects for longer time. Okay, so I have projects. So mainly when it comes to learning, so I will be getting the learning section done offline only. And when I have to work on the projects, I will be just coming live on YouTube and simply start working on the projects. What projects? I am a web developer and ultimately a software engineer. So I will be making websites. I will be just working on the projects, learnings and all those things are gonna be recorded. Question is that is this going to be helpful for you or not? I don't really know. It depends. If you are a coder, it would be. It may not be too. You may be able to just study along because whenever I start recording the classes, like forget about the classes. These are not the classes. Okay. So whenever I start, actually, when I come live on YouTube, so the minimum duration is going to be 2 hours. Maximum could be anything. Depends on the project. So I don't know. But the minimum is going to be 2 hours right now. In future, it may increase or not. I don't know. But yeah, this is the baseline base limit that I actually have to cross. Otherwise, the line is not gonna be ended. Something like that. So this is the first thing. I know many people are gonna be watching because at least there are more than 1,700 people who have actually subscribed the channel. So no doubt someone or the other may knowingly or unknowingly, accidentally, intentionally, unintentionally click on the link and simply that person end up just watching the video. So if you are not a coder, I don't really think these live streams are gonna be any helpful for you. So just skip all these things. This is not for people to watch. This is just for myself. So if you have just clicked on the video and started watching it, keep in mind you can just skip this video. This is not for you until unless you actually want to study along. Okay, the video is being played. I also wanna sit along with this person and just when I study. So it's gonna be like this. So these are the things that have been answered, I think. So let me share my screen right now too. I will share the screen. It's not like let me share the entire screen. Okay. So it's not like I will be just online, keeping my face in front of him and will be speaking continuously. It's not gonna be like that. Having said that, if you really want to get in touch, you can just comment in the video, any video that doesn't matter. Of course, that comment will come to me and then I will be able to have a look at that. For now, I will not even speak a lot because when I start working on the project, I will be just speaking the things related to the project, not related to other things. Having no relation to the project at all. Okay, so just keep that particular thing in mind. Let's open a board first of all, and let me exactly clarify. I don't really need to clarify because I don't really think whether some people are gonna be watching or not. Okay, I don't even suggest that you have to. Oh, come on, what is this? Let's skip this particular thing. Don't worry, what was that? That was crazy thing. Once upon a time, I just thought of doing that. So this was the plan I made someday, but that's not needed anymore because I'm not focused on that thing. Because you cannot do everything, but you can do anything, no doubt. That's the philosophy I believe in, or that's kind of the philosophy of mine that you can do. Let me just say it properly. So there's a quote by somebody, I don't even know whether this is a quote or somebody said that or not. That you can do everything. That is not true. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So ultimately, you have the power to do anything. But if you just think of that, okay, you can do this, you can do that, you can do that, then you will end up just messing up with the things. So the thing is that you have the power to do anything, but that does not mean that you can do everything, because ultimately you have limited attention. So you have to use that attention in the right way, in the right direction, in the right work, so that you can get the result. Of course, that is why you are working. Talking about the two things, there are gonna be like projects. Let's, as this is the first live stream, so I should just set this thing clearly, and then next time onwards, I'll be just simply going ahead. So there are gonna be projects, there are gonna be learnings. There are two things. Yeah, come on, what am I doing? So there are gonna be learnings, there are gonna be projects. Learnings are gonna be even the live streams are gonna be both. I will be live streaming of the learnings too. I will be live streaming. This is the first video, crazy. Okay, I will be live streaming of the projects too. There's only one difference, that the projects are gonna be public. So this is crazy thing, that if I am live streaming of a project, that's gonna be public. But when it comes to learning, so I will be live streaming, but that's gonna be put into unlisted section. I hope the spelling is right. Why is that so? There are videos of some tutors, instructors. I don't want to just make that public. Otherwise, I will no doubt get a copyright strike. That is why I will keep the learnings. I will live stream them. I will keep the learnings in the listed section. And when I start working on the projects, that will be kept in the public that will be available publicly, ultimately what I mean. Okay, so I hope it's clear. And apart from all these things, when it comes to keeping these live streams, so you can get in the live stream section. So if you just go to YouTube and click on live section, live option, ultimately I can say you will get all the live streams. Apart from this thing, playlist, yeah. So I will be keeping all these videos in under a playlist that could be called coding the code. Okay, so if you just go to YouTube's section and just look for a playlist named coding the code, you will find all the live streams which are not at all good for you. Until unless you actually wanna study along. Okay, so this is the thing. Talking about the timings, there is no timing right now. I will be getting the timing section done. Even a person I started watching, crazy. Okay, never mind. I will be getting the timings done, like exactly when I'm gonna be online and online, like live on YouTube or not. But for now, as this is the first day, I have just started it, so I don't really have any plan regarding that. Until unless you are a coder, I don't even think that these live streams are gonna be any helpful for you. But never mind. Let's see where it brings, how it goes. I have no idea regarding all these things. Okay, going ahead, these things are done. Ultimately, this is the time when I should start working on the projects. It's been 8 minutes explaining everything. There are many benefits just for me. I don't really think whether it's gonna be beneficial for others or not, but of course it's beneficial for me. That is why I have kept the live stream, like the live chat section off. You won't be able to just comment. At the end of the day, if you actually want to get in touch, you can just comment over, like in the comment section. So these are the things. And right now I should simply go ahead and work on the things. Okay, what am I going to do today? Just a simple WS stands for WebSocket. Okay, so with the help of WebSockets, I have to build a chat application. Okay, just keep the things in mind. Oh, come on, this spelling should be right. So I have to build a chat application where two people should be able to chat, but there are some other points too, like the person that should be like what live or something, not really live, but yeah, yeah. So WebSocket should be used. Ultimately, I can say this thing should be used. I'm not really getting the exact word for that. So WebSocket should be used. That should be quick, of course. You are if you are using WebSocket, so that's going to be quick. Apart from this thing, WS should be used. That should be quick, so no doubt, no need to worry about that. Okay, the backend is going to be there. Ultimately, I can say server. So server is going to be main. The front end, talking about the front end, there are going to be many things. I may like I may get stuck. I may not get anything, like what to do as and what not to do next. So I will be taking the help of Google. So there are so many resources online, and apart from those resources, there are so many AIs. So mainly right now I'm using Perplexity. I will take the help of that. So ultimately we have to just make it anyhow. Doesn't matter how, in with which means, by which means, that doesn't matter. Okay, so talking about front end, it will be using React, and having said all those things, both these things, ultimately backend and React, they are gonna use TypeScript. Okay, it's not gonna be really a big thing. Okay, so ultimately both these things are gonna be using TypeScript. That's it. When it comes to backend, so backend will not use Express. Express will not be used. Just keep this particular thing in mind. I will be just simply using WebSockets, and with the help of WebSockets, I will be just creating. It will be used. So I will be creating the backend, and this is how this whole application is gonna be built. I hope, I'm not quite sure how long it's gonna take. So I think over the time when I keep working on the projects, I will have a better idea, and I will be able to estimate better as to how many hours or how many minutes it's gonna take. For now, these are the things that we have to focus on. Okay, the spelling of front end is wrong. Front end or something like this. Okay, that's right. So this is how we have to go ahead. Let's open that. And I have a demo project, which means there are a few things. It's not like something out of the blue I will be making. I have no clue about. It's gonna be not like that at all. I already have the project that I have to build. So it is like this, that suppose I attended the class. So tutor of mine helped me make that project. So ultimately I can say I already have a demo project. Okay, then I will be showing you guys. So you'll be show or the demo project. Why am I writing it? But okay, because I'm good at typing. Will be demonstrated. Demonstrated. Okay, so the demo project will be demonstrated for you, for me too, because if I wanna build that, so I should have the idea exactly what to do next. Otherwise, initially it's hard. Slowly, these other things get easy. So this is the thing. So demo project will be demonstrated, and after that, I will start working on my own. So things are gonna be like this. So the very first thing is that I have to show you the project exactly how many things are there, and then I have to just work on the project on my own. So these are the things. In case I need the help of anybody, I will be just going to any chat, any AI available. Suppose Chat GPT, it could be Gemini, it could be Perplexity. Most of the time, right now, the AI that I'm using, that is Perplexity, because of Airtel scheme. I got it for free, so I have the pro version, and I may ask any question I want. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Okay, let's get to the main point. The very first thing is that I have to show the projects, mainly the kind of project I need to work on. I will be adding my own things, like extra things, extra features of mine. So suppose there is a project. Okay, it's like there is a project that I have to work on. That is just a demo project given by the teacher, given by, not given by, demo project. Okay, that's actually made by me with the help of the tutor. This is the disclaimer that I actually have to give. So that is the demo project. So the baseline is going to be at least mm, trying to make the exact same project, or second thing, if possible, I'll be adding the things from my on site. So things are gonna be going on like this. If possible, no doubt I will be adding the things too. uh, you can comment too if you have any idea as to what I'm doing right now. Okay, so for 2 hours I'm here. It has already been 15 minutes. As today I have just started, so I needed to get this thing clear exactly what's gonna happen. And even the name of the video, I'm not quite sure, but coding the code 2 hours. Yeah, so people should already have the idea exactly what I'm doing over here. If you don't have the idea, that means this video is not for you. I actually have my broken glasses. I will be putting them on because, of course, I'm sitting in front of my monitor, and that's not good for my eyes for a longer time. So I need to do it anyhow. Though they are broken, but I hope you won't be able to see because my screen, the section of the video where I'm being shown, that's really small. Okay, so these are the things. Let's simply have a look at the project. Okay, so today I actually had a, what is this the one? Postgres. Okay, today I was learning this one. When this got open, so let me summarize that too. It shouldn't really be a problem. So, a long time ago, it's not like this was my first time learning the Postgres. Oh, come on, what is this? Even a long time ago, earlier too, I had a look. Matlab, I learned it. But then yeah, I mainly started working on the Mongoose. With the help of MongoDB, I started working on the projects. So it's been months using this, but just today I got the chance to learn it. So it's like if you want to use Postgres, so you have to first of all import a PG package. Once you have installed PG packet, then you have to initialize a new client. So you get this client. What is this client? Let me have a look. This is a client class from PZ package. So you get this class. You have to just simply what is this called? This thing called. You have to, I think, initialize it, right? You have to initialize the new instance of the class. Then you will get the client, pg client, and with the help of that pg client, firstly you can uh, uh, make the request. So you can connect your pg client to the main database. So it's like you have the pg client look. The thing is that it's hard to explain those things in the exact word, in the right word in English. So ultimately you have the client, okay, that is kind of a class. You got a kind of an object type, something where you can just call the methods, and suppose connect methods is there, so that will connect method will connect your particular node.js file, which means the server that you are running your backend to the database. And then you will be able to make more requests, like suppose you wanna read, you wanna add, you wanna update, and all those requests and all those things will actually happen on the database. So it's like making the request to the database from the node.js file. From forget about node.js file, it's kind of a server. So from the server you can make the request to database. And right now, of course, we are using Postgres SQL, and that is why you need to install this PG. This was the main reason I started doing this. Crazy stuff. It's hard to explain the things, though you can speak English. But when it comes to explaining a particular thing, suppose this is the thing there, your mind is completely blank. But to say next, you have no idea. Okay, by the way, that was too much. So what I was saying that you just simply initialized a new instance of that class. Then you got the reference of that somehow. What is this called? I have no idea. I will take the help of any AI and then get the real thing out of that. And then these are the demo things like the username, password, email, just demo. And there are even there's one thing like SQL injection. So I was just testing this particular thing, SQL injection. That means a person from the front end may be able to inject some line of code, and that some line of code, if you haven't handled the things properly on the backend side, may break your backend, may just remove everything from your database entirely. So I was just testing this out. If in case your backend is not properly well managed, but in this case, I have tried to do my best, and everything's at least well right now. Okay, and after that, you have to just simply connect. So you are using Postgres, and you need to connect. So once you have got that class instance over here, then okay, with the help on that particular reference, you can just call this connect method, and that connect method will connect you to the backend, sorry, to the database. And right now I'm just using Neon, so let me show you that too. If I just go Neon, so this is kind of a website that provides us the online database, and with the help of the online database, it's actually providing us the link. It's giving us the link. With the help of that link, either we can directly work on the websites if you know the commands, or you can just take the link and with the help of that link from a backend, you can just get everything connected, something like this. And this to-do application, well, of course, all these things have been done by me with the help of the instructor. Keep all these things in mind. Having said that, I will be doing everything on my own too. So over here, you just get the link. With the help of this link, you can simply kind of get the instance of the Postgres and then get everything connected, something like that. I hope you are somehow able to understand. Even if you are not, that doesn't really matter, because this is not for you. But I will be getting better at explaining the things, and this was the main reason behind starting this particular thing too. Okay. And having said all those things, there's SQL editor too. So over here, you can just write all those commands, and those commands will be executed. The result will be shown in the tables. Okay. So far, even you can just get the tables. It may take some time. So these are the tables, the users table and the to-dos table. These are the two things are here. So what is the thing that so far I have been using MongoDB. Okay, with the help of Mongoose, I have been getting connected everything. And but if you are a coder, you must know that MongoDB is kind of a no SQL database. That means not only structured query language. This is the full form. Just getting it somehow. Okay, so and that was good, but what I came to know right now, that most of the people, mainly if that a good project, the structured query language database is being used. That means SQL, and Neon is giving us the opportunity, kind of a feature. There are other things too. You can just run the database offline. You can directly install Postgres SQL, and here we have Neon. It just simply provides us the online version of it. So whatever you do it on your suppose this is the website provides us the link, and then with the help of the link, I got my backend connected to it. So whatever I just do over here and runs the command, that command will be just the result will be shown on the website too. So ultimately, my backend is linked to that Neon database that is providing on that is there online. This what can I say? That's actually online on the web, and then all these things are going to be saved there. Okay, so it simply gets my data, gets my backend connected to the database, and then as I have this object, which object I'm talking about, this PG client object, I can call the methods, and I have called a connect method over here, and after that, I can just simply call the queries. So like, and then queries are simply like what you want to do. Do you want to insert the data? Do you want to read the data, update the data, delete the data? What do you want to do? So as for those things, where you can just simply run the queries. Whatever queries you run, whatever data you save, all the data is going to be saved in the database online. Online in the sense online on Neon. There are so many online databases actually available right now, even for Postgres. As for me, just I know only one, and the other thing I know is to just simply save the data on your PC online locally. Okay, so these are the things. As I just keep learning, I will be just letting everything. I'll be letting you know about everything, but it's gonna be like that. Having said that, if you are watching the video, until unless you are a coder, things are gonna be just completely gone over your head. So you can just simply skip it. It's not for you if you are not a coder, believe me. Okay, so these are the things, and the next thing that I had to show you, and the mainly when it comes to the project, and that's going to be like this. Wait a minute. I quite spoken a lot about. Okay. Port PG client. Okay. From PG package, of course, that's available on NPM. Then from PG package, you will get a kind of a client. So like const Oh, sorry, that was just a client. My bad. So you will get the client, then you will have to in what in, initialize the new instance of the class. So this client is kind of a class, and then you can get the object of that class. So something like this new. Here I'm just initializing the instance of the class, the new client, and then over here inside. So URL, what am I doing? So over here, you can just put the URL given by the neon, and then once you put the URL over here, once the URL is put, then on PG client object, I'm just calling it object. I'm not quite sure whether this word is correct or not. So over here, you can just call connect method, and this connect method will connect your data function, and then that function should be a syn function. So there's a lot to discuss. Forget about that. If you front end back end is connected to the database, then you can simply call the methods. So pg client dot query. What do you want to do? Suppose I want to read everything from the database. So I will just simply say that mainly for SQL. What am I doing? These are the commands actually. Select everything from where do you want to select. Suppose I have two tables right now over here. The first one is to do, second one is user. So suppose I want to get the all users. So I will just simply say that by select everything from where? From users. So this is going to be something like this. I've got everything. I will just store the response over here in this. What is this now? Look, you know, like you are going to do the things like this, but what is this thing called? In this object or something? Is this even an object? Okay, so we'll simply store the store the result in response, and once we have the response, so once you got the response, so response dot what you will have to simply console.log, and once you console.log, you will response.rows, if I'm not wrong. So if you console.log response.rows, you will get the data, and ultimately this particular result will be shown in the terminal of yours, if that's well connected, something like that. So things are gonna be like this. So let's uh, remove all these things. I hope I have well explained, and if I haven't, excuse me for that. Okay, and now let's talk about. I have to be online for 2 hours anyhow. So I've talked about the Postgres, and I can change the title of the video. That should be like learning in public. Why am I learning in public? Because that is kind of helpful for me. Whether it's helpful for others or not, especially right now, it doesn't really matter. If that's not helpful for you, do not watch the video, as simple as that. Okay, this is the server, the front end section. I have both the sections over here. Let me explain everything in the server section. Oh, what is this? Are you kidding me? Okay, this is the ping pong application. I'm not really worried about this thing, but this is not what I want. Chat app by me. This was the one created by me. Hmm. Okay, so let's talk about the WebSockets. First of all, WS stands for WebSocket. You can just simply get it from the npm package. So if you can, we can just simply explore that. WS npm. Let me have some water. Would be better for me. It's gonna be like this only. So in case if you think that I'm not speaking much, firstly, who will watch? But in case you are watching and I'm not speaking much, that means I'm just working on this thing right now. So as simple as that, the very first thing is that you are given a command. So this is the command npm install ws. So you will install this package, and once the package is installed, then you can just simply get the new instance of it. So you will actually get a class WebSocket server. You can create a new instance of it. Now I will have to exactly have a look at that. The client only use the extension supported or whatever. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so there are two things. First of all, you can just create a simple server, and the simple server's code is simple like this. You can just simply get the WebSocket server class. No doubt, this is the class, so you have to keep in mind. So you can get the class, and then you can create a new instance of that class. Then you will get the object. Is this an object or not? Let me have a look. Because if I don't know, look, the main reason behind recording the class is simple, to be able to explain the things properly. If I am doing something, I'm online, suppose I'm learning about coding stuff and all, and I'm not able to explain the things, I'm not able to put myself in front of somebody clearly, then there's no use doing that, right? So, const this thing, what am I doing here? Well, I think this is going to be really helpful. Okay, that line creates and starts a WebSocket server using the WS library. Okay, so this is the library that I actually installed from npm. npm installed from Node Package Manager that listens for incoming WebSocket connections on TCP port 8080, enabling persistent bidirectional. Bidirectional means server can send the data to the front end. Front end can send the data to server, and it's like the client and the server, both of them can send the data to each other, something like that. Real communication, so ultimately real communication takes place over here with the clients over WS protocol scheme. In practical terms, it opens a server that browsers or node clients can connect to with something like new WebSocket. This after which that's the same thing, you have to create a new client, after which both the sides can send and receive messages without repeated HTTP request or polling. This is typically the first step for building features like chat, live dashboards, multiplayer updates, push. So if you are talking about live chat, or you are talking about multiplayer updates, suppose you have a game where many people are playing. So once someone just simply pulls the trigger, again I had to think of the word. So when somebody pulls the trigger, you need to make sure that you instantly come to know about that. Okay, so suppose somebody pulls the trigger, and then the bullet got fired, and you don't know. After some time, that the bullet hits you, and may forget about the bullet hitting you. When you are dead. Then you can know. Oh my God, the gun, the trigger was pulled, the bullet was fired, and now I'm dead. So things should happen current I mean real time. The communication, the message should be sent in real time, and that is why WS is being used. Next steps usually in which new client connection can be managed and managed, for example, on connection, on message, on error, on close. Okay. Once the connection is made, once you got the message, once you got the error, once you got the, okay, that's great. How can I explain it? Like, what am I doing here? Because I got WebSocket server from WS library, and then initialized it. What WSS called? Because I am storing the value. Oh, come on. Ultimately, what I am talking about is the proper naming, naming of the words you can. What am I typing? This is what I needed. The code instantiates. Okay. The code instantiates a WebSocket server and binds it to TCP port 8080. The variable was WSS. Okay, so this is called a variable. This is crazy. You just forget this these types of small things too. So the variable was whole with the SSS holds the server instance that emits events like connection senders sending receiving messages over persistent WebSocket connections. What is happening over here? You got the WebSocket server class. Okay, you instantiates WebSocket server. Where did you get the class from? You got the class from the WS library. You instantiate the class. You just created new instance of the class, and that new instance got saved in a variable called WSS. And now that WSS variable emits many methods, like, and with the help of those methods ultimately you can connect, that could be called method, if I'm not wrong. So you can connect, I suppose when there's a connection made, so that you will know like the connection has been made. Then on message you will get the message. On an error you will get an error and something like that. So it happens like that. Proper naming. WebSocket server, the class constructor from the WS library that creates a WebSocket server instance. So WebSocket server, as I already told you, it is kind of a class. And when it comes to a class, so mainly it is a constructor, because inside the class you have a constructor. That constructor is actually getting all the values that you are sending. Okay, so WebSocket server, it actually takes a URL, and the URL of the WS server. Yeah, something like that I can say. So WebSocket server takes a URL of the WS server, and then nothing. And that WS server, which means the new instance, simply sends that URL to the constructor. Constructor does its own things, of course, in its code, and then it handles everything in the background. And then WSS variable referencing the created server instance. So as I told you that a new WebSocket server created an instance, and now that instance, the reference of that instance got saved in WSS variable, and that WSS variable is simply referring to that instance of that class. Everything went over your head. That's okay. It's common shorthand for WebSocket server, not to be confused with WSS secure protocol scheme. Though the overlap is coincidental in many examples. Port 8080 options object in the server to listen on TCP port, whatever. How to explain to one liner, come on. Okay, I've got everything clearly. Common follow-up, later knowledges. Got that? Okay, so you got it clearly, I hope so. So, what I was talking about that. Got the class from here, created an instance of it, the reference of the class, the new instance got saved in WSS, and then the WSS provides many methods. So WSS on when like it's on for a connection when the connection is made. Then if you got an error, if you got a message, if you want to send something, these are the types of methods that you can use. And with the help of these methods, you can just simply go ahead and use this WSS library, something like that. Having said that, this is mainly for the backend when you are actually building a server. And from the for the front end, you can just simply get this WebSocket. Again, this is a class. You will have to initiate a new instance of it. Initiate, is that the name? Come on, where is that? Uh, Instantiates a WebSocket server. There are so many words. Never mind. So yeah, it is this particular WebSocket again instantiates a new client. That client, with the help of this WS reference that we have got of this class, it will be able to call some of the class, some of the methods, and mainly it is for the front end. So from front end, you will be able to connect to the back end. So this particular code is for the front end side, and the another one is for the back end side. I just hope so. It just simply sending binary data. You are sending binary data. From where will you send binary data? From the front end, of course. And then of course there are softwares like Postman. If you don't know, then probably you should know. There's another one like first one is Postman, second one is Postwoman. Earlier its name was this Postwoman, but the name right now is Hopscotch, something like this. From here to this is the same thing. I was working on that WS WebSocket, and from here as well you can just simply send the request to the server, something like this. So this is done, and one more thing. Is there anything that I just want to edit something? This live stream, I'm just editing the description because that is really necessary. If people are gonna come and they are gonna watch, and that then they will know that there's nothing to learn from the video. That's gonna be awful. So this live stream may not be helpful for you. Come on, what am I doing here in this live stream? Uh, I am mainly working on the projects. Yeah, projects. How am I supposed to explain myself? I'm not even getting the words properly. I'm mainly working on the projects of web dev in this live stream. Okay, so if you are not a coder, it may not be helpful for you. Just writing down at all. Watch the video at your own risk. Watch the video if you feel like at your own risk. I don't know what kind of risk it involves, but I have mentioned it. So watch the video if you feel like. Come on, how can I make it better? If you wish at your own risk, and then let me make the wordings right. I'm mainly working on the on web development projects in this live stream. So if you are not a coder, it may not be helpful for you at all. Not at all. Watch the video if you wish at your own risk. This is going to be the description of the video. Crazy. Okay, let's save it. This description will be shown very soon. Changes have been saved. Let's have some water. Go ahead. Alrighty. So these things are done. I have to work on both the things. So ultimately over here you got the class. This WebSocket, as I already told you, I'm using TypeScript over here. For TypeScript, I need some types too. So this WebSocket is the type of the socket that I will get with the help of WSS, that is the reference to the class, reference to the uh, initiated class, something like that. Never mind. So here I got the reference. This is the variable that stores the reference, and interface. You already get the idea if you know that. So this is the interface. Simply clear defines that I will have socket, I will have room, and I will have a name in the types of those things. Then storing everything over here in an array, and this is the variable, and this that variable reference has a reference to the to an array. And over here, with the help of this WSS variable, that actually has the reference. I'm just getting the WS connected. So whenever the connection is made, this particular method gets called. And after that, if I get an error, so that error gets handled over here. So ws dot on, it's on for an error. So whenever there's an error, it gets called. And then if there is an error, and I'm simply consoling the error. So error is being consoled, and that error will be shown here in the terminal. So right now, oh come on, what's wrong with this? So okay, over here in the terminal, things are gonna be here. If the error is there. If I got any message, so mainly I get the message in the string form. So the data I get, that is in the string form. So first of all, I'll have to parse that from string to actual an object, and once the data is parsed, then as I already told you, from the this when I zoom it, okay, not really. From here, I'm actually sending the type and payload. So type is going to be joined. When it comes to chat application, so there are two things. Firstly, you wanna join that. So it's gonna be like this. Ki suppose there is a person, and that person wants to chat. So first of all, that person will have to join a room. Once the room is joined, then that person can start chatting. So firstly, the person wants to join the room. So and after that, and the room's name is red over here. The room's name can be anything. Okay, for now, just for an example, it's red. So over here, the parse data dot type. So whatever the message, why am I speaking in Hindi? So whatever message I got, uh, whatever data I actually got from the front end or the postman, there is type object, yeah, type object. No, type key in that, and that type, if the value of the type key, the value of the type is joined, then this particular code will run. And if the chat, so this particular code will run. So what am I doing over here in the type section is simply all sockets. First of all, I'm checking whether if there is a person, that person wants to join the room. So I am just checking that whether that person actually joined the room already or not. So all sockets dot sum x dot socket. So kind of an object that has the socket that actually equals to WebSocket. So it's like WebSocket is the current user, and x dot socket is the user that has already been entered the room. So I'm just simply checking whether both the users, like the person who is trying to join the room, whether that person has actually joined the room already or not. If the person has actually joined the room already, then it will give me false. That means, sorry, it will give me true, and that means from here the I will just simply return. I will not go ahead. And if the person hasn't joined the room already, that means how will I come to know? Those things are being saved here in this array. So the person will be saved. So from here, I will just simply push the info about the person. What all am I sending? I'm just sending the socket, which means web socket of the user, the current user that just trying to join. The room, how will I get the room? From the front end side. In the name of the user, again, I will get it from the front end side. So all these things will be saved. Why name? It is mainly because once the person tries to join, when the person is chatting, so at least name should be there. Ki this person sent this message and you sent this message, and there are gonna be suppose many people. So if the name is there, so gonna be helpful. And over here, pass.type.chat, I will be writing all the code on my own again. And over here, if the type is chat, then ultimately I have already joined the room and I'm just saying going to chat. So first of all, I'll check the current room of the user. Okay, you want to chat, but what is your room? Because once the room is clear, then only if you send some message, or that message will be sent to that room only, not to the others. So all sockets, socket x dot socket, and again. So first of all, from all sockets, I have to get that particular object of that particular user. Once I got the object of that particular user, then I can just simply get the room from there. Once I got the room, then from all those sockets that contains the users info of all the users info that have joined the room, then with the help of user.room, ultimately this is the room of the user, and current room I will just check. I have the current room. This is the current room. Okay, and now this is the current room of the current user. So it's like current user room. So I have current users room, and all the users who have the same room like current user room, the message will be sent to only those users, not to the others. And again, as usual, if you get the message, you will have to pass that. If you want to send the message, you will have to stringify that. And at the end, if let's keep it simple. Uh, like this. So over here connection is made. Once the connection is made, then there can be error. So error will be logged in over here. If you send some messages, then we will handle the message over here. And at the end, if we just close it, so that if the socket is closed, then all the things will be mentioned here. Like, okay, here you connected it, here you just disconnected everything. So this is all. I mean, that was it on the front end side, back end side. And now you have to have a look at the front end side. Then we will just make a plan. Okay, this is how we will design or on chat application. I will show you the working of this chat application too. But first of all, let's explore the front end side first of all, and then I'll go ahead. Talking about the front end, it's pretty simple. I'm using React over here. Okay, I'm using Reps over here. First of all, from backend side, from the server side, we will get messages, and we will get message in this format: name and a message. So the name of the person who is sending the message, and the message of the message that person has actually sent. So this is these types of messages will actually be getting from the server side. Once we got the message over here, how am I supposed to explain this? There are too many things. So let me make it easier for you to understand. Okay, so you just store the messages over here. Use effect is mainly used for running some code when the page actually reloads for the first time. So like over here, as I showed you earlier, I mean, like over here, when it comes to server, so you just use a WebSocket server from WS, and when it comes to when okay, here WebSocket is actually coming from WS, but for the front end side, a WebSocket is actually available directly. WebSocket is actually available directly means, let me show you this thing. If I just simply inspect any window, let's simply go to console. Over here, if you just write fetch, so I'm getting this fetch method is available natively. That means you don't need to get it from any package. Okay. Similarly, when I talk about a WebSocket, why am I explaining this thing even that much? I have no idea, but okay, it's good to explain. Similarly, WebSocket is also available natively. That means you don't need to install. Natively means you already have it in your computer on the web. So if you are using Chrome, so Chrome already has WebSocket. That means you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so over here, I again same. I created a new instance of the WebSocket server. Gave it the link of what is this link about. It's simply saying that you are connecting to WebSocket. Okay, that WebSocket is locally hosted and on which port? On 8080 port. So ultimately, the server we had earlier, this particular server, the backend server, is running on 8080 port. This is the port that I mentioned, and you are mentioning the same thing, that front end you have to connect to a WS socket server, and the port it is running on is 8080, and then you are getting the reference of that WS, because after some time you have to run some more commands on that. How will you get the reference of that if you lose it once? And that is why we are just simply wsref dot current. So the value of WebSocket is being saved in wsref dot current. Question is, why am I using ref over here? Why can't we use state? It's simple, pretty simple. If you are using use state, and if the value of that use state changes, the entire page re-renders. Re-renders means all the code will run again. But when it comes to uh, refs, at that time, though the value of refs changes, but the page doesn't re-render. So that means the code will not run again. So that is the benefit of using WS. Sorry, that is the benefit of using refs. So you have two options, depends on you, like what kind of need you have. And then again, once we got the reference to the class, then ws dot on message. Of course, we have server. We are sending some message back to the front end. Like where are we sending? It's here. Mm, Mainly talking about the chat application over here. Once we are chatting over here, and then here we are sending simply message user dot socket, which means the user we have, the how are the users being differentiated, like this particular if condition. This is a conditional, of course. So this conditional is simply checking whether you should send a message to this user or not. So if user dot room is triple equals to current dot room, then only we have to send the message, and then user dot socket dot send. So this particular method is simply sending the message. Where will I get the message? Either on Postman or on the front end. And this is the front end code that's actually getting the message that has an event. That event contains the message. So event data, there are many keys. Actually, there are many other other data, I think not data, actually I can say extra information that we get. And in those extra things, there's a thing called data. There's a key pair. I'm not quite getting it, the exact word. So there's an info called data, and that contains all the data that we get from the backend. Again, we can send the message from front end to backend, backend to front end. It depends. And this is the first thing. Once open, this is the extra thing that we are doing here. We will not be doing in our code. That as soon as the page reloads, we are simply sending the data to the backend. So just few minutes ago, I showed you how we send the data from the backend to front end, and right now we are sending from front end to backend. And again, we are just stringifying everything. We want to join. The payload is being sent. Payload, which means the data you want to send. The name VIP, of course, short form of Vipender. And the room we want to join is red. The project we will be working in our application, we will create the room on or on. That means here we are just directly saying that, okay, this red room we want to join. But when I will create my own application, over there, we will simply give a proper section where you can create your own room. All the rooms are gonna be there on your screen. Like, okay, these are the rooms. They are on the screen, and then you can join any one of them. You can create on your own. It's like FFT. Let me show you that. Long time ago, when I was learning to speak English, it's not like I have like um, it's hard to say. Ki, let me put it in words. It's not like since birth I have been speaking English. There was a time when I had to learn English, and at that time I was using this site. So over here, these are the groups. Okay, you can either join the groups and then start your conversation, or you can create your own group. So by clicking on this, of course, you need to sign in. So you can create on our group, or you can join the group. So this kind of facility, this kind of features we actually want to create, that the front end should not directly join the room. Rather, we should be given an option where after signing in all, we can just simply create the room. And once the room is created, then either people can join our room or we can join people's room. And this is how it's gonna be going on. Okay, so let's forget about this. We don't really worry about this particular website, but yeah, I just wanted to get this thing clear. So as soon as the server is open, yeah, our front end reloads, we simply send a message to the server if the server is on, that okay, we want to join this room. And then the server sends the message, we get the message over here. The message gets saved in the use state over here. And because the reason we are saving the message in the use state, so that whenever a new message comes, the page re-renders, which means new messages will be shown on your page. As simple as that. And once we simply closes the page, like we reload the what is that called? We reload the page. Okay, so ultimately the previous WebSocket server closes down. Okay, so this is kind of a cleaner code we have written, that okay, you have started a WebSocket that's on, and suppose if you are not using that, that's still on. So you need to close that sometime. Sometime what? Whenever you reload the page and whenever you just create a new instance of that WebSocket, the previous one is not being used. For that thing, you need to close it. As simple as that. And now this is the code for the front end side. So far, you have been just getting the business logic, and this is mainly the code over there. I will show you the interface, exactly how it looks actually on the website. For now, let's simply have a look at that. So it's like this is the title heading. So this is the heading. This is the first thing. Second thing is that here chats, you can say to this particular post shows chats. I will be telling you about that too. And these are the inputs. So over here you send uh come on, input section, chat section. Let me write properly. Section. I will be working on my typing as well. I have to reach 100 words per minute. Anyhow, okay, but forget about that. So if I talk about heading, there's really nothing. Chat app is shown here. Talking about the chat section, so over here you will be shown chats. This I've already told you we are saving the messages here in this use state, and all those messages are being saved. I'm just simply mapping. I'm getting all the messages, and once I'm getting all the messages, so x dot message and ex dot name. I told you I will be I will be showing the name as well as the message, and the char at 0, which means showing the whole name kind of can be a big thing. So I'm just showing the first letter of the name, as simple as that. And then from here we are just we have an input box where you can just enter the message, and button from where you can just simply click on send message. So we are getting the value of the input from the uh, using a reference, and then if I click on the send message, handle send message, this is a function that's being called, that gets called. And when that gets called, so inside that we first get the message from the input, and the input ref dot current dot value. From here we are getting actually the message, and then we can just simply send the data to the server. How will we send the data? We have already stored the reference of WS WebSocket, where we stored over here. As soon as we created the new instance of the class, we stored it in WSRef. Once the value is stored, then we can use it again over here and just simply send the message. Where will this message go? We have already cleared it, that or WebSocket on the client side that's connected to the 8080 port on localhost. So if I send the message, that will be sent to the server on our localhost, suppose that we are running. It's too much. It's time to show some practical thing. Let's start running both the things. First of all, let's go to backend. Front end. Okay. I actually wanted to explain, and that was the main reason behind actually doing these things. First of all, npm. Okay, one more thing. When it comes to backend, you can actually run it by just simply running this command. So inside this script, I am just simply using tsc. You can just make it tscb as well. What it does is simply create dist folder. What it dist, don't really know the full form of it, but if I run npx tsc, it creates the JavaScript version of the TypeScript. So we have TypeScript. Okay, all the code has been written in the TypeScript. Now, when it comes to the real project, so all the TypeScript code will be converted into JavaScript, and this command does the same thing. Either you can just simply run npx or tsc. That's it. It will work, and the code will be converted into JavaScript, and that code will be saved in a dist folder. Or you can just, and second thing, you can run that JavaScript code using this command, as simple as that. So if you get that, that's good. Otherwise, if you just simply run npm run dev, then this particular command will be executed. And once the command is executed, then the server is on. Right now, it's saying that WebSocket server listening on this particular port. So ultimately, I can say my server is on right now. Second thing, I will have to run the code for turning the front end on. It's not like turning the front end on, turning the code of the front end. So npm run dev. If I just click like run this command, then my front end will be on. Okay, the front end is on. Why is this command working? Again, on the front end side, we have dependencies here, white. So if I run npm run dev, so this white will handle everything. White will handle the command. It will simply run your front end code, and once your front end code is running, you will get an URL. That URL will be available, will work only locally, because again, that is hosted on localhost. Okay, and this is the chat app that I was talking about. I have explained everything so far. Okay, explain the working of the backend, explain the working on the of the front end, and finally here I'm showing the everything. So this heading, this chat section, and this is the info section. The thing is that if you just type anything over here, okay, that message will be shown here on the screen. First of all, when I type something and just click on the send message, message goes to the backend. Backend sends back to the front end, and the message is being shown over here. Something like this. Let's try it out. So if I just say hi, come on, yeah, what am I doing? How are you? Don't I do typing seriously? And if I just simply click on the send message, so here I'm just simply getting hi, how are you? So as soon as I just send message, any message, doesn't matter. What's up? And if I just click on send, this message is being shown here. V is written here because VIP. If you actually have a look at the code of the front end, what is the name we are sending over here? We are sending name as VIP, and the first letter of VIP is V, and that is being shown over there. In the next code that we will work, in that you will be able to just write, enter your own name, and as per that thing, those things are gonna be saved. The letters are gonna be shown. But okay, first message was sent by Anchal, so A is here. Second message was sent by Vipendra, so V is here. So only first letter will be shown. And this is how you can just simply go ahead. The good thing is that we are using WebSocket, which means things are happening on real time. Real time in the sense, suppose you have two, just a sec, come on, will I make it work? Yeah, where is that now? Okay, so if I open the same, again, server is on, front end is on, you can use, get as many applications as you want. You can just simply turn them on. So localhost 5173. This is the 5173 is the port. The benefit of using WebSocket is simple. Just simply reload it. If you send any message over here, message from the first one, okay, you are sending this message from this first section. If you send message this first section, the message will be shown here on the left side as well as on the right side too. Though both of them are different applications, of course the server is same, but they are running on different tabs of Edge. Edge of course is the browser, but once you just simply click on the send message, the message is being shown over here as well, and the message is being shown over here as well. So it's not taking time at all. Things are happening in real time. That means once you simply clicked on the message, I'm getting that this message on the both side, on this side as well as on this side as well. I can send from the right side. This particular message I'm sending from the right side, and once I'm sending from the right side, again I'm getting that thing on the right side as well as on the left side, and that too in real time. That means it is not taking time at all. As for this naming, we can clear it, we can add as many features as we want, but this is the most basic thing that you can actually, this is how you can actually use WebSockets for creating a chat app. Having said that, this is just a simple demo version. A demo version in the sense, this is just the minimum thing you can do. Now it's our job to make it as better as we can, and we will start everything from scratch. It's not like we'll copying and pasting the code. No, we will make it work as we want and the way we want and the types of things we want to add. So let's simply cancel all those things. uh, Simply close the backend, close the front end, and that's it. Things are done. Close this thing too. Close this thing. WSNPM, not really needed right now. Neon, good for Postgres. We are not using any database right now. All the chats we are send chats that WebSocket chat application should be used backend express. Everything's done. Now, all done. First of all, let's talk about the front end or backend. In the backend section, we have already done. What are we doing in the backend section? When it comes to backend, so we are simply taking care of two things. First of all, we want to join the room and join the room. Once we have joined the room, so we want to chat with the people. Okay, so these are the two things that backend handles. That firstly, backend lets us join the room, and then backend lets us chat to the people and join the room. So ultimately, create the room. So backend lets us do it. You can create a room too. That's true. Joining the room, creating the room. Not really getting it. How will it not? But things are like this. First, you join the room. Okay, and you just simply tell that okay, this room I want to join. You join the room, ultimately creating the room. And second thing is that you create the room. If you want to join the room, it's gonna be like this only. I will be speaking. It depends. If I think, that means I will speak less. So first option is that you want to join the room. If you want to join the room, that means you should have a room code, room ID. You need to have room ID. If you have room ID, you can join the room. This is the first thing. And if you are joining the room, that means the room is already created. As simple as that. Second, you want to create the room. Creating the room means create the room id. ठीक है, you will have to create the room id, and once you got the room id, then you can share to the people. Okay, if I have already closed that, actually what our backend was doing, our backend when we try to join, okay, so our backend was actually saving the, okay, when we want to join, so instead of saying that join, we can just simply say create the room id. Let's use VS Code. I mean, open VS Code. So far, I have been explaining everything, and it's time to work on the real thing on your own. Over here in the backend section, what are we doing? What is my backend doing? It's simply letting us join the room. Okay. It simply lets us join the room. That means room. Ultimately, I'm getting the room from the front end side. So if I get the room from the front end side, I already have the room ID. So instead of saying it join, I can say it create the room. Create the room, which means once you create the room, you automatically join that. Got that? And joining the room, both the things are different. Okay, got that. Over here, the same things are happening. You are joining the same room over and over. People are joining the same room. Interesting. So as a person, you wanna join the room. The room is already created. You should have a room ID, and you can join the room. That particular room will be saved in the database. Second thing, database in the self, I can say server. You want to create the room. These things are additional features that we want to add. Okay, that was the simple project that we had earlier, but here we are actually trying to do something else. We want to create the room. Okay, how will you create the room? Creating the room, that means, okay, how can we do it? We have an array, this type of array. Inside the array, we have the objects. And what are those objects doing? Inside those objects, we have socket, we have name, we have room. These three things we have. Okay, if we want to join a room, we just need room ID and we are done. That's right. If you want to create a room, then we need a room ID. When it comes to creating a room, create room, which means you need a room ID. Okay, you need your name. Of course, you need to say the name. The room ID is there, name is there, and socket will be available. When it comes to socket, already available, because once you just join the room, I mean once the connection is on, you will get the socket from the backend side, I mean from WS side. VA available, something like this. So these are the three things. So once you create it, these things are saved here. That means the room is created, you are already inside the room. If the other person wants to join in, that person will simply join the room. So created, joined, sent message. So the real thing is here. So far you have been getting two options. Firstly, you got the join option. Second, you got the chat option. You had these two options in the backend side. This time you will have three options: join, create, and chat. So if you have the room ID, you can join a room if that's already created. Otherwise, you want to create the room on your own, or you will, and if both the things are done, then you will be able to chat. So our main goal is simply on these three things: joining, creating, and done. Okay, let's start doing it. It's time to mainly build the backend as per these things, and then let's see whether we are actually going to be able to do it or not. So it's going to be like this: chat app, WSS. It's been around 1 hour and 15 minutes since I actually started Crazy. But again, as I told you, once I started it, the minimum duration of the live stream is going to be 2 hours, and then maximum could be, depends. Let's create a new folder and its name is going to be chat app. Chat app should be enough. No, the app already exists. Chat app. Uh, Come on. Using WS. That's it. Who cares here? No, folder's name should be great. If I don't care, then somebody will care. What should I name the folder? A real time chat app. Real time chat app. This is the good name. And let's simply go ahead. This is the VS Code. Ultimately, there is nothing. Everything I have to do on my own. Our main focus is going to be working on the backend, and then we will work on the front end. Once the backend is working, then working on the front end is not really a big deal. Okay, what is the first thing? First of all, we have to initialize a Node.js project. So npm init y. Let's do it. Okay, we got this package version. Okay, over here, module. Type should be module. This ES module that I'm gonna be using. Author. This is gonna be my name, Dipendra over here. And apart from these things, let's do some other things. Now, I'm going to use WebSocket, npm install WS, and first of all, WebSocket is I need to install. Mainly the whole backend is going to be based on WebSocket. So npm install WebSocket, npm install types of WebSockets going to be dev dependency. There are two things: dependencies and dev dependencies. Dependencies are the main packages that we are actually using in our website. Dev dependencies are extra stuff that we actually need it, but that is just extra. So this minus d, can I increase this? Okay, come on. How? Oh shit, yeah. This is crazy. Breadcrumbs. How am I supposed to remove it? I don't really like the breadcrumbs messed up with the settings. Breadcrumbs, toggle breadcrumbs. That's one. How can I increase the font size? Okay, this is how I can increase. Any another way? Not working. Okay, got that. It's working. At least good to see the things properly. Otherwise, the first one was quite enough. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so breadcrumbs, I'll have to remove them again. Toggle breadcrumbs. So these are the things. npm install WS and then npm install. I will be just speaking the things, spelling the things out, so it will be easy to understand. Minus d, and I need to install the TypeScript. Come on, you are using TypeScript in the backend. npm install TypeScript. It will be installed very soon. Okay, we have got TypeScript now. I actually need to install the types of TypeScript. So at the types. Do I need to install types of TypeScript? Not really. That's not needed. But I do need to install WS types of WS. Okay, so I've got the types of WS2. Right now, let's. There are two options. I'll have to get a tsconfig file. So npx tsc init. This command simply gives the tsconfig file. I hope I'm right. Yeah. We've got the tsconfig file. Over here, we have two options: root dir and out dir. Root means where you will be working. Out dir, which means where the output will be ultimately stored. You are using TypeScript. The result will be the code you need to run actually will be in JS. So that conversion will be set in the out dir. So we have got this thing. Anything else? I don't really think anything else is remaining right now. Let's simply create a src folder. Inside src folder, index.ts file you need. You got the index.ts file. You have the src folder. ls over here. Do you need anything else? If we need something in between, we'll just simply figure it out. For now, we have to simply start. Let's see. Import a WebSocket server from WS. We need WS. Then we need to initialize this. So WSS. It simply stands for WebSocket server, so don't need to worry about that. New WebSocket server. Here I'm just simply initializing the class, and I have to give it a port, right? So the port is going to be 8080. So on this port, this particular server will be running. It is done. Now what? Once WSS is on, there is something called listening. Suppose once your server is on, then how will you know? So listening, it will simply catch whether the server is on or not. And once the server is on, then I can say CLG, the web socket server, something like this. Not really, not that much. Server is on ws//localhost at 080. Ultimately, I will get the message that that okay, your server is on right now, and then you can just simply go ahead. Let's see whether it's working or not. It should work this time. I need to set the command to. Um, I'm just developing it, so dev, and the command should be over here. tscd. tscd simply converts a TypeScript code into JavaScript and saves it in the outdr, which means output directly, that I have actually mentioned earlier. And first of all, it converts, and then we have to run it. So we have to go to dist. Where is this dist? Once I run the command, I will get that dist slash index.js, something like this. Now, if I run this command npm run dev, I will get a dist folder. I hope. Okay, yeah. I got the dist folder. Inside this dist folder, I have this index.js code, which means code in JavaScript. So I wrote the code in JavaScript, and I'm getting the code in JavaScript, and that JavaScript code will run. Okay, the WebSocket server is on WES, something like this. That's good too. The I shouldn't try. Simply WebSocket server is on this one. So let's restart the server again. WebSocket server is on. Okay, server is on. How will I check it? This is Postman. Let's make it something like this. Okay, inside Postman, I'm just going to send some messages. I don't even need to send some messages. I can simply connect it. And once I connect it, how will I know? It is listening. Okay. Once the server is on, I'm getting this message. That's all right. It got connected. Now you need to have some kind of method. So wss.on. I'm just listening. That's okay. I need to have connection too, so that I know that it got connected. From the connection, I will get WS. WS stands for WebSocket, and that's it. This is how. Now here, if I say console.log connected, then it will show me the message too. I can send the message back to the front end like Postman, but not needed right now. Let's restart the server. The server is restarted. Let's connect it. Okay, so I'm getting the message over here connected. That means the server is connected. The Postman is just sending the reply back that okay, I'm just connected to your server. I mean, of course, WS server, and that is of course locally hosted. So these things are done. Let's go ahead. Now what? There are a few things. First of all, ws.on. This is the WebSocket server. And first of all, error. If there's an error, I will get the error. Okay. And I need to console.log that error. See err. And error occurred. And I have to show that error over here to error.message. So if there's an error, suppose I don't know what kind of error can there be, but if there is an error, I will come to know. Second, ws.on message. If my front end is sending some message, how will I get those message? I will go get those message here. This data is kind of an event, okay, and then I can just simply log data. I will have to pass the data because the data will be in the string format. So I can, as I'm using TypeScript, so I can just write down a string over here. This WS is type of WebSocket that I will actually get from here. Oh, come on, what am I doing? Web socket. This is actually the type of WS. Am I able to hear? As you can see, WebSocket is the type. So that doesn't need right now, but in future if that needs, so I have already mentioned it there. So WebSocket is the type of WS. String is the type of data. That means I have to convert that. And last thing, connection is made if there is an error, got it. If there is a message, got it. WS dot on and close. If I'm actually closing it, got that. So I should get a message too. So I can make it better later, but for now, console.log the disconnected, simple disconnect. Okay, I hope it's right. Disconnected, and over here we get some arguments too, like code and something like that, but that doesn't need it right now. I'll figure it out later on. This is the base requirement that I have to go with. Now parse the data. The data we get that is in the string format, we have to parse it. JSON.parse, and that's gonna be data. I can console CLG parse data. Let's see how many things we are actually getting from the parse data. There's a lot business, lots of business logic we actually need to write, but good for now. Let's send simply restart the server. Server is restarted. Let's connect from the postman. It's connected. Let's send some message. Hello world. One more thing I can do over here, simply control thing. Okay, this one is better. At least things are quite visible properly. And same here I can do, can't I? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm able to do. Okay, this much is going to be better. Hello world, let's send simply the message. Oh, there is really something big wrong with my code. Don't really want to do it. It's I can just simply zoom out whenever needed. What error am I getting? Hello world is here. Okay. No, something's wrong, but I got the message. And in anonymous script one JSON.parse, what is the problem? Console.log parse, so I'm just passing the data. Things should be fine. Okay. I sent the message, but I didn't get anything. That's okay. But server got disconnected. Just an error that I got. Let's see what it shows. Anonymous script. Hello world, JSON.parse, index.json, lib. Okay, 11 number line. What am I getting and why am I getting? Okay, let's give it one more try and then see what happens. npm run dev, it is on string, parsing it, parse data. I'm just showing the parse data. If I connect it and just simply send the message, I'm getting this error. Okay, if I just remove this console log from here and okay, let's connect it. I'm still getting this error. That means where are we getting the error? Error dot message. So if we getting the error over here, to ws dot on error, we are getting this error over here. And done on line number 11 console.log error dot message. It should not happen like that. Twing. Hello world. What is the problem with you, Mr. Text? I actually just gave it to something anonymous. On the hello world line number 1, we are getting the error. Why is that so? Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Whenever there is an error, it's time to Google. This should not happen, and if this is happening, what to do now? Anonymous hello world syntax unexpected token h in your WebSocket code means the server is receiving plain text like hello world but is configured to only accept messages in JSON format, JSON.parse. Okay. Method is failing because hello world is not valid JSON. Okay, I'm sorry. That was crazy. The thing is that I'm supposed to. What have I done over here? Uh, I just clicked something. Okay, here. I'm sending string from here. And I'm expecting that string, okay, that string is here. But I'm trying to pass string into JSON. And that's never gonna happen. So what do I need to do? I just simply need to console log data. That's it. It should work fine right now. I never pressed this. Okay, let's see. npm rundown. This thing is done. Connect it and send it. And here we got it buffer, which means string is in buffer format. Got that? How will I able to read it? Is there any way to read it? Mm, 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 mm. If I just click here, json.stringify, oh sorry, what have I done? Data that is already in the string format, and I'm just converting it in string format mode. npm run that. Buffer format, I don't think it's readable actually. But let's see. Oh, we can. So type buffer once we just convert it into the string format. Data is 7 ting tong ting tong ting. This is the data we are getting. Okay, let's search it online. Is there any way to read buffer data in console.log? Does console.output a buffer? Let's see. This is Stack Overflow over here. Okay, let's see. I wonder if console.log buffers output in Node.js or tries to perform input output on each function. This doesn't seem to be officially documented. It's best to just go through all these things. You will end up learning something or the other. Okay. What is it? It is saying that buffer to string.x. Come on. Can't I read the message that I'm sending? I should be able to read that. On message, I'm getting this message. I just simply need to. Okay, let's do one thing. I can send this message back to the server, like the back to front end to ws.front. Now let's see what happens. npm run. This thing is done. Let's simply connect it. I'm just sending hello world from here, and I'm getting binary here. Sending hello world, getting binary there. Anyway. ws.data.send binary. WSSocket. Let's open the one thing. I'll figure it out. I had something like that. WebSocket 16. Here is the WebSocket. If you are actually getting on your data. If data is in binary, then I can get whether data is in binary or not. Yeah, that's true. But from here, I'm sending the data in text format. Can I get one thing over here? Data string format, and is oh come on, binary, and I want to log this thing too. Is binary, and the next time npm run deo. Okay, connect, send false. That means the data is not in binary. For getting the data is in binary, I will have to send the data in binary from the postman itself. And that's not the case. Got that? Apart from this particular thing, ws dot message data binary error console dot log dot data. It should work. It should work. The socket server listening on. Is there any work, anything that I can work around and get this particular thing done? Otherwise, I will have to take the help of AI anyhow. First, try your best. If you are not getting any way around, simply take the help of chat GPT, Perplexity, any, and then simply go ahead. My main goal is to just simply send the data, but that's not happening like that. So let's do one thing. Got the data. Message, message, message. Error. Close. Data. I can actually pass the data, but if that's in that form. WebSocket server is on. ठीक है चलेगा. This thing is done, and I'm getting buffer. So let's explain this problem. Let's see whether I can actually resolve this thing or not within a minute or something. When I send text, I get data in that is buffer, not binary. Buffer format. How to get it in string format. I am using the VS for server. Let us see. Let us see. This is the first time I have actually set for 2 hours or something. I don't know how long has it been. It's been 1 hour and 37 minutes. No. Oh, come on. Can I make it like this? Data dot to string. Will it be converted? I don't know. And if this works, the buffer data. Let's see. Connected. Send. Oh. Hello. What? Oh, we are getting there. Oh, problem solved. So let me correct the message over here. WebSocket server is listening on this, okay? And then WebSocket, there was only one thing that we were getting the data. We had to convert that data into string. I was trying to use. This is the difference. Console.log and what I was using earlier, JSON.stringify. Oh, where did I copy that from? The data we are getting is in buffer format. If we want to get into string format, then we have to use toString. And then the other way I was using JSON.stringify. So the first one works, the second one doesn't. Why? You see the difference between both of them. Hello world, I sent. I getting these things hello world and buffer. Type buffer. Okay. Data dot to string versus JSON dot stringify. Let's spelling is wrong or what? Doesn't matter. It will understand. Now who will read this much? Okay, yeah. Display coerce to string serialized to JSON text. Okay. This is the main difference. To string converts that thing to string. It merely displays that. But when it comes to JSON.stringify, it does not do that. It rather, if there is a JSON object, it converts that JSON object back to string, JSON object to string, and then JSON.parse. Okay, like that. Got it. The difference between both of them. Otherwise, who likes reading that much? Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead with the project. Got stuck a lot. We can do one thing to here, and that thing is this one. WS.send, and the data we have over here, we can just convert the data to string, and then we can send the data that is in string format back to the postman. If I just send something here, let's restart the server and try it out. It's connected right now. Okay. Hello world I sent from my side. Hello world I got from the server side. Let's make it better. Hello world from the server side. Something like this. Disconnected. मतलब disconnected तो हो ही गया, चलो ठीक है. The main reason I'm just live here is to be able to speak English and to be able to explain myself better. Sometimes I end up speaking in Hindi. It's common. It's my mother tongue. Doesn't really need to worry. Connect. Connected. Let's send hello world. I'm sending hello world from here. I'm getting hello world from the server side. So this is the thing. That means it's working so far. Okay, it's done. Let's go ahead. So I even need to send, you know what? What am I doing? Oh, have I cancelled? Come on, yeah. I closed my VS code. It's on again. Okay, over here. Let's zoom in a little. Zoom in, zoom out. I got that. Okay, the thing is that now onwards, I will not be sending string. From here, I will be sending type. What I want to do, first of all, I want to create the room. Create. Then, if I want to create the room, that's okay. What is your payload? I need to make it better. Type. What is type? Type is create. Okay. That means all right. And payload means the data I need to send. The data is going to be like this. In the data I need just the name. That's it. Name. Suppose name is going to be Vipendra right here. So if a person wants to create a room, that person should have just his name and will be able to create. We are not using any sign up functionality or login functionality right now, but okay, this much is going to be all right. This thing is done. We can name create, and over here pass data. I've got the pass data. The data will be in the string format that I actually get from there. So this is what I've got from there. Now the pass data I can console.log. So whatever data I'm getting actually from there, so console.log, and this is gonna be pass data. The JSON object will be converted into a string, and then I will be able to console.log, something like that. Okay, npm run dev. So I'll be simply running it over here, and once it is on, I can connect it. I can send the message, and I'm getting an error. Wow, what have I done wrong now? Okay, the problem is that there should be brackets, sorry, quotation marks around name. Now it should be all right. Let's run the server again, connect, and now send it. And here I'm getting type create payload Vipendra. That is the payload, and that name thing is inside there. That means it's working so far. And in here now I have to create three things. Firstly, if pass data.type triple equals to create, I have to write the code over here. Okay. If pass data dot type triple equals to join, if the person wants to join the room, then what to send? If person wants to join the room, the code is going to be here. And the last thing, pass data dot type triple equals to chat. If the person wants to chat, then the code is going to be here. Simple things. Got that? Now, the thing that I've done so far, I restored everything in array. In the array, in the sense, in this format. So where should I write it? WS on the top. Yeah, from here. Const all sockets. It was like this earlier. Let's work on using this one, and then I will change it again. It's gonna be too much here, but let's give it a try. Let's create the interface. The name of the interface is gonna be user. So inside the array, I will be just keeping the users. Okay. And then once the user is clear, inside the user, what should be there? The socket should be there. Okay. Type of it is gonna be WebSocket. The name. Right now, okay. Let's do one thing. There are two ways, and you have to make this software using both the ways. Will it be okay? I think so. The socket is there. WebSocket. And once the WebSocket is there, room name should also be there. So let's keep the name on the top. Yeah, that's gonna be better too. So the name of the user, of course, that's going to be string. The room of the user, that's again gonna be string. I just hope so. And then the type of WebSocket, you already know it. You have worked on it. So let's make it like that. Once this is ready, then you can switch to the another one. You will be copying and pasting the things back then. The type of this is user. Okay, all sockets type user. What is the never is missing the following properties from the type user name. Never is missing. Oh, sorry. It should be the user type, but that's gonna be an array. Got that. So this thing is done. I have to create the room. I have to join a room. I have to chat. These are the three things. Let's create the room. Now, first of all, when creating the room, remove the glasses now. Simple thing. Let's go to board. Let's remove all these things. Let's first of all, the creating room is going to be here. Let's keep it here. I want to create the room. If I want to create the room, so simply I need room ID automatically generated. Room ID, there two or four letters. Okay, 4 to 5 letters, depend what is the number of the ID. The room ID is here, and apart from room ID, hang on. The room is created. Room is not like something kind of a room. That is just an ID, and with the help of that ID, the different people are connected, right? So once the room ID is created, I need the name of the user who created it. I need the socket of it, and I need to store all these things in an object. Once this is created, first thing, once first thing, suppose the user is not create has not created the room yet, so the person can this way create the room. But what if the room is already created by a user, and that user is trying to create the room again? Should that be valid? Can a user create many rooms or just one at a time? I think ethically, one user should be able to create one room, right? If one user should be able to create one room, how will you check it? That is the problem. How will I check it? The user is not because this way user can create actually many rooms. And if you actually want to check whether user has created one room or many room, then user should be given an ID. Okay, but the user is not logged in. That means doesn't matter how much you try, you will not be able to track whether user is creating one room or many. So let's make this name standard. Like with the help of this name, the person with this name will be able to create only one room, not more. Because once it comes to the giving to the ID, then the user should be saved in a database. The user should have an ID. Then that a person having that ID should not be able to create more rooms. Then that's gonna be altogether a different thing. It's gonna be really a big project in that way. I wanna make it small one. Okay, so a user having a same name, having a name, suppose user's name is Awwal, so Awwal can create only one room. If Awwal tries to create more rooms, Awwal will not be able to do that. This is the first thing, and the names are gonna be like that. I will be giving the names, so yeah, that is a good approach. So I will be just keeping the name things in mind. Socket is done, everything's done. Let's go ahead. This is how the thinking goes. Okay, do I have two? Come on. Why do I have two? One, two. Okay, that they are not two. They're just one. I have to create the room. Got that. What all am I getting? I'm just getting the message. Sorry, I'm just getting the name from the this side. From here, type create payload. There is just name. Got that. And what I can do? All sockets dot push. I can push whatever I have to push. I have to just pass that was stringify. I have to hang on. I have to push the things inside that inside sockets. So it doesn't matter. We can just simply store them directly. What all do I need? I need name. Okay. So this is gonna be name. I will be changing the names. I need a room. It will be randomly generated. I need a socket. Socket is gonna be WS that I already have here. Room is gonna be randomly generated. So I will have to have that too. Random generated room ID. Okay. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's have a number, random number, or UUID. What to do? I can either use a package. I can install that from npm package manager, or I can generate a random number on my own. There are two ways. I think generating the random number on your own would be a better option. How will you generate the number? 1 to 9, the numbers are gonna be the digits. It should be easy to just generate them. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to create a function. That function is gonna generate new numbers. And that function is going to generate four numbers. Something like that. Let's see. And that four random numbers. So what do I need to do over here? Function random room ID generator. Random this room ID generator. Okay. This random room ID generator will be given a number, and that number will define that these many digits you actually need in that ID. Okay, so it will accept a number. That number is going to be of number or something like this. So let's num type of number I will be getting over here as I'm using TypeScript, so I need to keep this particular thing in mind. Okay, now number that number is actually going to be in the string form. That doesn't really matter. Const room id. Room id is nothing right now. Okay, I can then convert it into number. So I have to generate the room id, and I have given a number. That number. Okay, got that. Const random number. So there's a math dot flow. Let's see if I can actually make it. Math dot flow, math dot random. I will get a random number, and tring. A random number will generate a 0 to 999. I have to 1. I have to add 1. So this thing is done. 1 is added, and then math back to floor. So 1. Let's see how much. it works. CLG random number. Instead of doing it like this, let's return it. Ah, return a random number. This is just an extra thing that I'm working on right now. I need to make this function work. And then CLG random room generator. I have to just generate suppose 1. It doesn't really matter. Just let's give it 4 for now. Now I need to run it and I hope it's gonna generate that. Okay. It's really small actually. I don't know whether it looks small to me or it is actually small. It's better in this way. So what do I need to do? Let's simply run the server again. npm run dev. Okay, one is generated. This time one is generated. What if I generate over and over? What do I mean by that? Is this? Where is that? Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I just run the server 4 times, 111. That means the number, I'm not getting any random number. That's true. So what will you do? Math.random 0. It will give from 0.1 to 0.9 or something. Then I'm converting. Floor. What am I supposed to do? Multiplied by 9 or something? It will be 9.999. Let's see. Just guessing it. I hope it will work. Long time ago, I just generated a random number, and this time again, I need to do it. 111. That means that doesn't seem to be working. Let's do one thing. How much am I getting from here? npm run dev. Zeros. Okay. Crazy. It's going to be like this. I'm getting the values from 0. Suppose 1 to 0.9. Got that? I have to convert it into 1 to 9. How will I do it? 1 to 9. Come on, yeah. How to generate a random number in JS? Let's go to Stack Overflow. A random number. Cling, 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 cling. Get random in the math.max. Come on. It should be math.random 9 multiplied by 9 and then 9 point something. If I just multiply it by, it's just a minute. If I actually multiply it by 9, this is 100% wrong, but I still want to give it a try. It worked. कैसे काम किया? I have no idea, but it worked. How is this working? Math.random multiplied by 9. Math.random, which means 9, 0 point something to 0.5 multiplied by 9. It will be around 4 point something. How is this working? Let's see. Plus 1. So I will be getting the numbers to 9. 5599. Okay, it is working. That means it's not going up. Ultimately, this code is right. How is this code working? I have to figure out. First of all, math.random. Math.random, suppose it gave me 0.1, 0.2, then 0.3. Then I'm multiplying it by 9. That means 9, 2.7, 9 is 27. Here, multiplied by 9, I'm getting 1.8. Here, multiplied by 9, I'm getting 9 on the 9. This means 0.9, something like this. Yeah. So 9 to 18. 9 1 9, that's okay. 9 to 18, 18, 18. Yeah, that's right. It will go on like this. And similarly, I have to go 0.9 till here. I go multiplied by 9, and that simply means 9 9 81, 8.1. And I'm just parsing it. Sorry, I'm just using math.floor method. So I will get 0 here. Similarly, 1 here. Similarly, 2 here. Now I'm getting it clearly. Similarly, 8 here. So ultimately, you are getting the values from 0 to 8. You want one more, and that you want from 1. So this way, even if the 0 is there, who cares? That's a good thing actually. So let it be. So from 1 to 9, you will be getting the values. You can add just one from in each one of them, and then you will be getting the values in the right way. Got it? Okay, so it works well. Now I got the random numbers, and once I got the random numbers, then I have to run a loop. Let I is equal to 0. I should be how much? Less than num. I plus plus. Then room ID plus equals to, that is a string, and these are numbers. How will you make it possible? Convert to the string. पता नहीं दिखता. If you add a number to a string, that will be converted into string. I think that happens like that. If here this is the string plus 1, it will be 1. Suppose string plus 1 plus 2, no, not really, not like that, plus string plus 3 to 1 3. So it will be like that, which means whatever you add, that will be converted into string. Got that? So room id plus I is equal to 0, I will go. So not really. I have to start with I is equal to 1. It's okay, it doesn't matter what the number is. And here I have to just get the random number. The random number will be added. Done. Room ID. What it can't assign room ID because it is a constant. So let's make it let. Something like this. Room ID, of course, it's going to be a string. Don't really need to mention it, but even if I mention it, doesn't really matter. Oh, no need to mention it here. Done. Here I've got the room ID, and if I try to console.log room ID, then I will get it here. Random room generator, suppose 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. 2, 3, 4, 5. So firstly, I'm generating the room ID with 1 digit, 2, 4, 5 respectively. And let's see. 7 7 8. What does this mean? The fact is that each time random number this needs to run, and that is not running. Now it should work. So let's do it. 12 163. Got that. Where is the number 1? I'm starting with 0. That should be number 1. Room ID should be the. So the thing is that I'm not getting any value for. I should be getting a number. Come on, something's messed up. I am getting 5, and that is a random number. I'm getting it. That means this is working. That simply means these are working too. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 numbers are there. So the first one is being something like that. Okay, let's do one thing. How can I make it happen? In all these ones, plus what should I mention? And let's see, 3 argument of type string not assignable to parameter of travel, whatever. I got that. Let's make it 5. Is that okay? Not okay. I just want to have an SP. It will not let me do that. Let's do one thing. Let's keep it and here. And let's make it like this. Is this okay? This TypeScript is crazy. Oh, that is the problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. It's merely talking about the arguments. I should do this stuff over here. Ding, 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 ding. 63 end. 81 end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 end. Where is the number 1? Come on, how long will I have to do it? 4 end. That means 1 is working. Let's talk about number 2. Cling, cling, cling. 2 end. That is working too. Let's talk about number 3. I think it's a Java TypeScript, or the compiler is simply hiding that. Yeah, third one is working. When it comes to 5, that simply hides the first one so that I can see the things easily. That is the main problem. Otherwise, till 4, from 1 to 4, I'm getting all of them. But when I just uncomment the fifth one, the first one disappears. Oh, this time I'm getting. Ultimately, what was the problem? That the size of my terminal was small, and because of that thing, it was just showing the as many things as it was possible to show. As simple as that. Okay, so let's keep it like this. Ultimately, I've got the generator. So let's return it from here. Return room ID. So ultimately from here, I'm simply returning the room ID. I created the generator, and over here, let's do one thing. One more time. I'm just gonna call CLG random room generator, and the number is gonna be 5. 5 numbers are gonna be enough. At least 5. That's okay. Let's run it again, and I should be getting 84547. Ultimately, I'm getting a random number every time. That random number is gonna be room ID, and random number generator. That's gonna be 5. Socket done. It should be saved. That's right. Once this is saved, CLG all sockets. It's gonna be here. Easy. Let's give it a try. Oh, come on. This is crazy. I hope this is gonna work. Let's give it a try. Send it. npm run dev server is on. Let's connect it. Going to send this message. Type create payload and all. And let's do it. Got an error. Super. What is the error? J. Somewhere I have typed J here. That was my bad. Let's give it one more try. Thanks to the compiler, at least I get to know about my errors easily. Connected. Send. Okay, got it. Something's working. Once you get the result, which means things are working fine at least, you are getting the name, room, socket, and then the socket is this. Wow. Okay. Room ID. Okay, things are pretty much fine. Over here, first of all, the room is created that got saved to in the in array. There is one problem. You have created the room. That is okay. That means you must be inside the room, because once you join, you have already joined. Then okay, you will be redirected. And that's really not a problem. I can handle it from the front end side. The thing is that if you have already created the room, how you not really, how will you make sure that a person is not able to create the room again? For that thing, if all sockets dot sum, okay, from here I will get the user. That's true. User will have a name. That's true. If that's triple equals to parse data dot name, that's true. In that case, return. What are you doing? Just simply making the things simple. What am I doing over here? It's simple. Pass data dot type create. I'm just simply trying to create that all sockets, which means all the sockets that I have. Some user I'm getting from all sockets. That's true. User will have a name. That's true. If some means even if a single user meets the criteria that I have defined, then I will get true. Okay, if that's true, then I will return. Okay, that's great. Over here, let me send a message. What should be the message? ws.send. You have already created a room. Huh. If the user tries to create the room already and then return, should be okay. Console.log user has already created the room. Something like this, it should work. Let's give it a try. Run the server, connect it, send it. Okay, the user created successfully. Let's send the message again. Hey, I'm not getting any error. Something's up. What is the problem? User.name, all sockets.sum user.name, parse data will send a name, and that too in the create section. All sockets ws send. Okay, user has you have created a room successfully. Let's see. Connected, send the message. I'm getting you have created a room successfully. That's great. Room ID I should be given to. But once I send the message again, you have created a room successfully. That means I have created the room successfully twice. That should not be right. That should not be like that. All sockets. I'm getting all sockets. Some. From there I'm getting user. Okay. User has a name. Is that so? Yeah. That name triple equals to parse data this. And that's right too. That should work. And that is not working. Now what can I do? Console.log user dot come on. Where is the user? The name. All sockets. First of all, this one. And then console.log and parse data dot name. Okay, something like this. It should be all right. Let's give it a try. Don't really know. I have no idea as to how long I'll be sitting here. It's 4:28. Congratulations, you made it. Let's send the message. Undefined. Wow. Oh. The name is undefined. Really? Why? This particular section is not running. There are no sockets. But the parse data dot name, that is the biggest mistake I've ever made. That parse data dot name. That should not be the case. That should be parse data dot payload dot name. Okay, that's right. It should work now. That's why I was thinking. I have written the code the right way, the way it should have been written. But still I'm not getting the response. What is the reason behind that? Okay, let's give it a try. Let's simply connect it. It's connected. Send the message. You have created a room successfully. Send it again, and then send it again, and again you have created a room successfully. Pass data dot payload. Again, the payload is there. PALOAD dot name. That should be fine. CLD, all sockets. CLD, and it should be like parse data dot payload. Come on, payload dot name. Inside the payload, I'm actually sending the name. Let's see whether what input you are actually getting. Connect. Send. Name is Vipendra. That is good. If the name is Vipendra. All sockets. Okay. There is no value in the all socket. But once the sockets have been pushed, now there must be a value in all sockets. So the next time once I click on it, it has name. Don't know how many mistakes I'm gonna be making. This name should not be name. This name should be parse data dot payload dot name. Come on, yaar. This is what happens when you just work on the project on your own, and then you send name is equal to name. You have created a room successfully. You have already created a room. This is working now. That means once a user has created the room, that user, if that user has the same name, will not be able to create a room again. But if I change the name over here, instead of sending Deependra, if I send VIP and then send it here, then you have created a room. And if I send VIP again, you have already created a room. And again, if I try to send Deependra, that should, capital letters. Oh, come on. If the name is capital then or small then, there should be also a problem. I will have to lowercase the name. But let's see. You have already created the room. But if I just write a small v over here, that should be able to create the room. That means when I'm checking over here user.name, the user.name to lowercase, let's convert it to lowercase and pass the data.payload.name dot to lowercase, something like this. Now I will not have to face that problem. That means if I just write suppose Keshav over here, and if I just enter, you have created the room. Next time already created the room. Even if I just make it smaller, like small k, and then you have already created the room. So ultimately, it doesn't matter your name is in capital letters or small letters. Things are gonna be same. I actually thought that I will be able to complete this backend section, but let's see how long it takes. At least I'm going to get this backend section done, and then I will be going ahead. Backend section should be done before I actually leave my chair. So I have created the room. This particular section is done. Let's join the room. How will I join the room? For joining the room, firstly the type should be join. This is the first thing. Second, if you want to join the room, then you should send the room ID. Room ID. There should be room ID. The room ID could be anything. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay. Once you have given me the room ID, Then give me your name too. To your name. Name should be suppose Raj right now. Something like this. These are the two things. That means in the join section, I'm getting these two things: room ID, name. Over there, I was generating. Over here, I have already got that. Now, you cannot join the same room two times. Is that so? Yeah. If you have joined the room, you need to leave the room. If you are, if you need to join the room again, then that's gonna be a problem. Okay. Should I continue it later? What time is it? It's 4:34. At least I can get this join session done. Chatting session will be done later on. Okay. So all sockets dot push. What am I going to push? Name is equal to parse data dot payload dot name. Parse data room ID. What am I keeping there? That is just room. I should make it room ID. Name, room ID. Room ID is being sent from here. In the create section, this should be room ID and things are fine. Done. Room ID is equal to parse data dot payload dot room ID. This thing is done, and as far as socket is concerned, so this is a bit of a guess. Okay, this thing is done. Now, if you have already joined the room, you will not be able to allow. You will not be allowed. So, all sockets dot sum just an user dot w user dot socket. If the socket is triple equals to socket, that is just a reference ws. What? You have already joined the room. Should I say that thing? ws dot send. You have already joined the room. I don't know how will I be using it. Once I work on the front end, I will have a better idea. And from here, I can just return it. I will have to make a lot of changes once I just connect both the things, front end and back end both. For now, I'm just giving my best to just get the idea. CLG user has already joined the room. Okay. So this join section is also done. It got quite quick. I didn't expect it like so fast. Last chatting section. You have to chat. Crazy. How will you chat? In the chat section, firstly, the type should be chat. Second, you have already joined the room. Got that? You have to send your message in the chat section. You have to send a message. So message should be suppose hi there. Something like this. So you are chatting, send the message. How will you know your room? Either you take the help of socket. This socket is going to be equal to the socket that has already been there, because the name could be the same, but the socket is never going to be the same. That means const current user room. Okay, I have to get this one. Current user room. How will you get this? I have all sockets. All sockets dot find. I have to find. From all sockets, you will get the user dot socket. If that's triple equals to ws, and then that will have room ID. Okay. Object is possibly undefined. Got it. I'm using TypeScript, so that's common. Current user room, not current user room ID. It should be like this. So I got current user room ID. Got that. Once I got the current user room ID, then message. I will get the message. I have to send the message to all the users who have that room ID. Okay, so all sockets dot for each. Here I will get the user. Then I have to check if the user dot room ID triple equals to current user room ID. Quite easy because I have done that demo project, so things seem to be similar, like familiar. This one, and now I have to send if the room ID is same. In that case, user dot socket dot send. What do I have to send? Whatever you are sending, make sure that is stringified. That means JSON dot stringify. And then what do you need to send? First of all, I need to send the name. What should be the name? The name should be parse data dot payload dot message. Name. Not really. Sorry, my bad. What should be the name? The name should be user dot name. Okay. What should be message? The message should be parse data dot payload dot message. Okay. Done, I think. This is it. I need to just check whether backend is working properly or not. Otherwise, most of the things are all right. Let's see. Let's create a room, join, chat. At least check the backend whether it's working or not. Frontend I will work on later on. So first of all, I have to create a room. Once you create a room, I need to console.log. The room is created. Come on, where can I get that? I'm creating the room over here. I'm just checking. Okay. Then the room ID. Okay. Let's see LG over here, and that should be random room ID generator. That means the number is going to be random. All sockets. Let's see. I will be getting all sockets over here. Then I will get the room ID. So type. What all do I need to send? I need to keep in mind. Otherwise, I will forget. What do I need to keep in mind? Few things. First, first of all, when you create the room, so what all do you need? You need creating room. You need name, and that's it. Socket you will get. You just need your room. Create room. You just need name. Is that so really? It's still crazy to believe, but let's see. What was that? Create. Come on. Yeah. You just need type and payload dot name. It's like this. So once you create that, you need this. Okay, let's keep it here. Second thing, you join. So what all do you need? So once you try to join it, join. You need a room ID and you need a name. Once you want to join, got that? Let's copy it and paste it. It's good to keep these things in mind. Otherwise, if I forget that, I will have to worry about these things over and over. These two things are clear. If I want to join, I need this much. If I want to create, I need that much. And lastly, if I want to chat, chatting should be easy. I just need a message. Create. Okay, that should be chat. Hi there. WebSocket is going to help me find that properly. Create chat. And this thing is also done. So these are the few things I have to keep in mind. Now I don't need to worry about them. So let's do one thing. First of all, create the room. You just need a name. Copy paste it directly from here. So Keshav is the name. Whether that is in small letter or capital letter, that doesn't really matter. Keshav. Let's Turn the server on. Run the server. Server is running. Connected. Send the message. I hope it's gonna work. Okay. What is the ID? Room ID is 48324. Let's keep the room ID too. So I have created and got the room ID. This is the room ID that I've got. This is the room ID. It should be okay. Next. Once I have created the room, I can join the room too. Ultimately, I'm already in the room. Now I can send message. That's right. But there is another person who wants to join the room. So there should be two people. For that thing, I need to open hopscotch. Let's go. This is another website like Postman that actually gives us features to just simply directly connect to the server. Hopscotch.io. This is the website. Okay, let's do one thing. Open them side by side. Come on, how am I supposed to do that? This is fucking crazy. Okay, here. Now, over here, I need to create that WebSocket server. Okay, this one is connected and created the room. This one is connected now. This one can also create the room. But suppose this one is not creating the room. This one is actually sending the message. Sorry, joining the room. For joining the room, where is that? Here. This was the room ID. And for joining the room, I need these things. Control C. There are so many things right now happening at the same time, so things are gonna be crazy. Never mind. Here, I want to join the room. That's okay. What is the room ID? Room ID I will get from here. So this 48. This is the room ID. So this is the room. Oh, come on. What are you doing, mister? Okay, things are all right. So I have created. That means I'm already in the room. Here I'm trying to join. Payload is room ID. Name is Raj. Here name was Keshav. Got that. Now what I have to do? Let's send it. You have created a room successfully. You have joined. Now if I send a message, insane. The last thing, the last step, I hope it's going to work. If this works, that means you are done. You can just simply create the front end and then things are gonna be fine. If it doesn't work, you're doomed. Okay, now how will I send the message? Sending messages like this. Pretty much easy peasy. You have to just simply say chat and then you will be able to send the message. Tring. Let's send it. And same is here, tring. If I send the message from here, will I get, okay, these two things are connected to the same server. So server I have created. This is the first, just think of it like a front end. Front end means whatever you have, whatever is being shown in front of you. So this is the front end. From here you can send message. This is the second front end. From here you can also send the message. The thing is that if I send the message from here, because both the people have joined the same room, the message should appear on the right side too. So ultimately, if I send the message from the left side, the message should appear on the right side, and vice versa. Like if I said send from right, it should appear on the left. I do not know what's gonna happen, but it worked. Alrighty, I sent chat payload message hi there, and then the response I got name Keshav message hi there, and in here I'm getting name Raj message hi there. One, everything is fine. If I send message from here, I'm getting the response here as well as here. If I send the message from here, Raj, I'm getting the message here as well as here, which means the chat application is working. But there is one big problem. The thing is that if I send the message from this side, the name is Keshav, but when I get the message on this side, the name is Raj. Ultimately, I'm getting the message hi there. If I change the hi there and what's up, I think I will get the same message, but the name is being changed. So that is the, yeah, I'm getting the same message. I'm sending it from here. I'm getting the response here as well, here as well. There is a problem in my code. The name Raj I'm getting. What is the reason behind it? I need to figure out. The name I'm sending user.name. This is the problem. Why? User.problem, not user.problem, user.name. How will I get the name of the user who has sent the message? If you want to get the name of the user, either take the help of the socket. With the help of the socket, you will directly get the name, or send the message from like the name from here on. Sending will be too bad. Getting the user, like here, const current user name is equal to all sockets. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, I can do one thing, find out is blah blah blah. Let's do one thing. It's gonna be like too much. People usually avoid these things, but I'm gonna give it a try. And that thing is, you can make the things like this. Inside an object, you can destructure the property. And if you want to destructure the property, the current user ID and current user, this is a bad practice, I'm telling, because people get stuck. But I don't think this is that bad actually. Property current name does not exist on type use. Current name, come on. Got that? Current name is wrong. Current user ID, both of them are wrong. So what is right if they are wrong? It should be name and it should be room ID. Is this okay? Property name does not exist on. What is the problem? It should work, I think. Just giving the name of it. What is saying? Property name does not exist on type user or undefined type user. Okay. If I'm finding something, what will I get? I will get that object. It is in the form of that object. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just a sec. Name is going to be string. Room ID is going to be string. Here we go. You have made it worse. This is not gonna be the thing. There is another way. There is like easier way to do it. I wanted to do it in a fancy way. That fancy way is not working. How can I make it work? Interface user has these things. Yeah. Why is this not working? Type of user, name, string, room ID. It has both those things. So why is it saying that? Let's do one thing. If it is not working here, so I will simply say that current user. So I have got current user over here, and if I say const name room ID is equal to current user, I'm getting the same thing over here. But let it be right here. Let's simply comment it. CLG current user. I'm just simply gonna do this thing. I will have to comment this thing as well. So this to this, let's comment this thing. I'm gonna chat. When you are chatting socket, you will be getting socket. That's it. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it works. Connect, send message, undefined. Current user is undefined. True, the user hasn't joined the room. How will you join the room? Forget about joining the room. You will have firstly create the room. Okay, let's create the room. The room is created, and here I'm getting. Now it's time to chat. So let's simply chat. Again, send the message. Things are getting too much. When I joined it, created it was Keshav 44927. Again, when I have joined Keshav 44927, socket is this. Got that? Name and room ID. Over here, it was name and room ID. Socket. when I saved that, when I'm getting that back, I'm getting the same things again. That is not a big problem, and that should be all right. But it is not working like that just because TypeScript. How can I resolve this problem? I have no idea, but it works, I know that. Because if I just type name and room ID over here, I should be getting that, even if it shows some squiggly lines over here like errors. But this is just self-belief. Even if things what, it will not allow me to do that anyhow. Why is it not allowing me? I don't know. Because if I just write down name, I will figure it out. By the way, let's go with the easier way. This was the fancy way, and that is why it didn't work. Kind of like that. Name is equal to name, and as far as the room ID, it should work. Yeah, I have done it many times. It's not working. Maybe this time I'm using TypeScript, and because of that thing, I'm getting the errors right now. But usually, in most of the cases, it works. npm run dev string. Let's connect it. Send the message. Created the room. Now it's time to chat. So let's chat. Okay, here we are getting. So it is working in this way. Question is, now there is no time to ask questions. I actually have to go for a ride. It's 5:55. So sorry, 4:55 around. So let's do one thing. You have got current. I will figure it out later on. I will work. Current user name. Current user. This is the last thing that I'm gonna do, and then it's gonna be over. Current user room ID. Okay, so current user is here. You have got current username, current user dot name, and then current user room ID, something like this. Current user room ID is already here. It should be current user dot name. The last thing that I needed to change, and this is changed right now. Everything should work fine. I hope I haven't commented out anything else. So this is the message section. This is the create section, join section, chat section, on message, on error. Okay, pretty much simplified. npm run dev. Let's simply first of all not chat, create. Oh, sorry. Create the room. The room is created. Set, sorry, not yet. The room is created right now. The room ID is this one. Let's save the room ID. This time the room ID is this. Okay. Now what are you gonna do? Once the room ID is here, let's join. Let's send the message. So chat. This is how you will be sending the message. Hopscotch. Over here, chat is already here. So let's firstly join the room. The room ID is going to be this. Last time I did the same thing. Okay, let's simply join the room. I have joined the room. It is connected. Now, if I send the message from here, that's not coming there. Fucking crazy. I'm sending the message Keshav from here. I'm getting Keshav back here. But sorry, it hasn't joined the room yet. That was crazy. I thought it had joined the room, but it is not like that. Right now it joined the room. And if I send the message, I got Keshav, hi there. Keshav, hi there. This time the name is also same. The name on this side, like here, you can just see that Keshav is here, hi there is here. And if I just click on this message, Keshav is here, hi is there. Even if I send the message from this side, okay, for sending the message, I need to just copy and paste. So let's do one thing. This one, hi there, hi there, hi there. From what is this left side? Hi there from left side, and this is gonna be hi there from right side, of course. Hi there from right side. Now, if I just simply click on send, I got this one. Hi there from left side. I got it here, and I got this thing here as well. How am I supposed to remove it? Okay. Is there any way to remove it? Okay. So here, over here I got Haider from the left side. Over here as well I got Haider from the left side. And if I click send on the right side, then again I got it. Raj Haider from the right side. And in here Raj Haider from the right side. So ultimately what I can say that the backend of our chat application is ready. As far as the front end is concerned, that it will be ready very soon. I have been sitting here 2 hours and 45 minutes or something. I didn't really expect myself to be able to sit this much and actually code it. I never actually expected. That was the main reason behind sitting here. Finally, this is done. Actually, backend is done. Next time I will sit again. I will get the front end done, and then ultimately the whole application is going to be ready. So it took 2 hours to make the front end. Sorry, it took 2 hours to make the backend, and now the front end is remaining. Just after a few hours or something, I will be coming back, getting the front end ready, getting both of them connected. And once both of them connected, you will have a chat application, chat website where you can chat. Then I will host it publicly. Then people will be able to chat it on. Okay, so that was it in this video. Actually, in this live stream, it really helped me a lot. There's a person watching the video right now. I don't know who that person is, and I can't even just turn the things on right now. But never mind. Maybe on Sunday or something, I will be turning the chat section on, because right now I don't really want to just have a conversation. It's just simply about focusing on the work that you are doing. Maybe through comments or something, I will be able to get in touch. By the way, that was it. Thank you very much. If you was, if you didn't was, that it doesn't really matter. But yeah, finally our backend is ready. I can say, yeah. When we talk about backend and when we talk about front end, do I have any way to do it? Okay, so here are the two things. Come on. There was a shortcut that I learned like this. Not really. There was a shortcut, man. Shortcut for the emojis. I forgot that. This is how it happens. You forget the things to clean. Not really. This, okay, something like this. So over here, window and this thing. If you do, so window and dot. Window, come on, window dot. Here we are, and then yes, this is the, come on. These things are gonna be driving me crazy. Wrong. Right. Well, not really getting the right option. Right, green. It's not gonna work. I will have to check it out how it actually works and all. So that was it. Front backend. When I talk about backend, let me clarify it again. Backend is done. Front end is remaining. Once front end is done, I will just connect both of them, and then I will post it online, and then other people will be able to just use this website too. Again, this is not really that big. I haven't added the authorization, sign up, login, and all. But okay, later on in future, if I get time, I will be getting that thing done too. So that was it. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be catching up very soon, really very soon. Until then, bye bye. Take care.